Well, Farrah, now it's time to start your engines because we're going to get back into the race. Girl, we got a lot to talk about. We have not seen you here since all of it went down.
Oh, yes. But you know, it's so funny, like everyone's already forgotten about it with season 11.
No, that's the great thing about a show where there's so many bazillions of seasons.
Girl, they didn't even let us get over our own emotional trauma from the airing of it before just like being like, next! Y'all need to follow these 15 queens. And it's so funny because I had to do the pit stop for the first episode and there's 15 of them.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen them before. I didn't follow the Reddit, like who was like predicted or whatever. And that was so hard. We had to have our little cheat sheet. But after that, I knew all of them.
Right. So you returned for All Stars 4. And tell me about what your thought process was initially going in. How did you get the call? What was your preparation?
So I got the call, and honestly, I had not been in a better place in my life to go and do this. I was just drawing pictures all the time of looks and stuff that I wanted to have made, and my creativity is at an all-time high. And so when they asked me to do it, I was like, oh, this is my moment. You know what I mean? Like I've worked on my drag so much. I've, you know, taken every criticism I've ever gotten in my whole career, and and I was just ready to do this. I was like, give me that list, let's do it. I got the list, and you know, 90% of the looks I came up with, I fully designed myself.
Wow.
The others were more of like a collaborative effort, but I was still very involved. And
Ooh, look at you there.
I know. Oh,
Done.
Let's all talk about how that promo photo shoot was bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Like, we all looked like shit. We were all lit from the side.
Oh.
That person has never shot drag queens before, clearly.
Oh my.
I have this ridiculous photo of me when that came out where I'm like bawling my eyes out because I hated my photo.
Oh no, really?
Because my outfit looked cheap. You can't see all the detail of it. You know what I mean? It's just like, since I was lit from the side, it was like Laugh Line McGee. I just it gave me so much dysmorphia about myself. But no, like getting asked to do All Stars was such a special thing for me at that point in my life, and I was just so ready to show the world like how much I'd grown. And I feel like on season 9, my looks weren't something that I was able to fully realize. It was just me going to stores and trying to grab shit to fill things in. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
On season 9, we only had 2 weeks. And then after season 9, when season 10 happened, they gave them 5. So we, on season 9, had to just do what we could do.
Yeah.
And so All Stars 4 was more of a creative project for me where I really got to just like let the world see into my mind in an artistic way. And unfortunately, they didn't get to see half of the stuff I...
Shucks. Fuck. Now, were you, I know at the beginning of when the rollout of the show happened, you know, you made a statement about not being necessarily ready for all of the drama that the fans bring you again. Was that something that was heavily on your mind when you were going back into it, or was that something that more after?
I really went through one of the worst depressions of my life after getting eliminated. There was just so many things that were just awful freak little things that happened to me on the show, like my fall that landed me in the bottom after I had prepared more than almost anyone else had prepared.
Yeah.
Like I hired Sasha Colby to do the choreo.
Wow.
And like when you see the video, like they actually cut out a lot of my little quirks and my moves so that they could show Gunn talking shit about me.
Right.
But and then so the fall, and then being put in the bottom, and then the next episode having to take choreography lessons from Monique.
Right.
And then being put in the bottom again, getting eliminated in front of Sierra and Casey Musgraves, who I love.
Right.
And you know, just kind of having to go home with, you know, $25,000 worth of drag that was all my creative ideas that I couldn't wait to show everyone, and then just like. And then after you go home, you like are sequestered in your own house because like I live in WeHo, and if I went outside, they'd be like, I'm already rumored, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So I was going to the grocery store in like a boy wig in disguise so I could get food. Like it was just very depressing.
Oh boy.
And you know, after I got back, I actually started doing therapy for it. So by the time, I thought I was gonna have more time to mentally prepare before they announced us. I had no idea that they were gonna announce us still in 2018. Like I thought it was at least gonna be a 2019 thing. And like I'm still like at the very beginning of my therapy. Like I'm still very emotionally fragile. And then all of a sudden, announcement, everyone's saying that I have no talent and that I don't deserve to be on the show and that I'm a waste of a spot. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, they're really gonna think that after they see me fall in the first episode. Like literally I could start crying right now thinking about it. It was so hard for me. So I'm just happy that my career's in a good place right now. Fuck!
I know. So let's talk about that talent show, and let's talk about the gag of. Now, did you fall twice or did you fall once? Because you guys do it all the way through twice, right?
Listen, I love Willem to death, but he decided to go on his podcast and act like he knows everything that goes on in the show, and said that I had fucked up because of some boa or something in the second take. No, my second take, I consider it was actually good. In my opinion, I'll never be able to watch it, but it felt fine to me when I did it. And God, I really shouldn't be spilling all this tea, but there were other girls in their takes where wigs came off.
We heard all about it from Jasmine and the other girls that there was many more people that messed up way worse than you is what Jasmine told us.
But I feel like they were like, oh, this will be good TV. We can make Farrah cry and break her down and it'll be so good.
Oh God.
And that's what they did. They chose to not care about me as a person or my soul or really any of our souls and just like make good TV. So like I hope everyone's entertained, but like I really suffered for that. Thanks.
Right. Oh boy. Now, did you, Gia told us she was not smiling during your take, but they sure cut to a big smile.
I don't know if I believe that. Because I literally heard her say, because they're not that far away, and like when I fell, it got so silent in there. I heard Gia Gunn literally go, oh, well, she's gonna be in the bottom.
No.
So she could act like she wasn't smiling all day, but the whole time she had been conspiring against me while being nice to me, to my face, and like after we had already resolved our drama before we even got there. And so I don't know if I believe that. I don't really know if I believe anything that she says, but you know, I think that's cute that she wants to try and act not be real, but.
Now, it was during that second challenge that you really started to have a little tension with Gia, and you know that's our specialty here. So, Farrah, it's time to rehash old drama.
My fave. I'm kidding.
Explain to us, what was the drama that happened with Gia before the show?
Okay, so I feel like it's really no one's business, but I can sort of give a summary, just because it was she already kind of spilled it on TV. I have a friend, and I had no idea that they had previous beef. And I walked into the club with her. You know, I was having a moment. I couldn't figure out what to wear, and so I almost didn't even want to go out. You know when you're in those moods where you're like trying on all your clothes and you're like, I'm just not gonna go.
Right. Yeah.
So I was going through that, and so I hadn't even had a drink, and so we were at the chapel, and I just was like, I need to go straight to the bar. But as soon as we're in there, I guess Gia was working, and she was sitting at one of those little picnic tables, and she is giving us the death glare. And I was just thinking, oh, she must just be zoning out or something. But then my friend was like, no, I feel like we're at the bar, and she's like, I really feel like Gia was looking at us like kind of crazy. And I was like, there's no way, I'm cool with Gia. She would not be looking at us like that. Well, we go back, and I'm smoking a cig, and then I look over, and Gia's still sitting there, and she is doing this, you know how she can have that little condescending look. So I'm just like in one of those moods where I'm like, well, let's go say hi. So we go over there, and I'm like, Gia, what's your problem? Why are you looking at us? Like, why are you looking at me like that? And she's like, well, I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at her. And I look over at my friend, I'm like, oh. Well, don't you think we could maybe like solve this like adults? Like, what is the tea? And then Gia just went completely off. I was all like, Gia, you're working. You don't need to be acting like this in public. It's like a little tacky. And then I guess that's not what she wanted to hear.
I guess not.
So then it turned into a full fight. I called her trashy, and she tried to hit me at the club. And her friend grabbed her, and we got separated, and I left.
Wow, okay.
And so after that, she had sent me some messages apologizing to me for it because she felt like she had acted out of line. Because I wasn't trying to do any harm. I had no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly just like listen, regardless of my drama with Gia, I do really like her. I think she's so funny. I quote her every day.
Yeah.
And I do love her as a person, but like sometimes it's hard to just be friends with her because the way she can be so shady. But, so I didn't mean anything of it. So, but you know, I had caught wind that she was gonna be on All Stars or whatever. So I made sure that I was like, you know what, Gia, it's fine. Like, no worries. Like, we're good. But I guess apparently we weren't.
Yeah, exactly. So she was kind of stirring the pot during the Henny Challenge and giving you just side comments.
Well, not to mention the first episode and the second episode, behind my back, she had been talking shit about me to every other contestant.
Oh.
You didn't catch that, where she was all like, Farrah's really struggling, Farrah's doing this.
Right,
it was almost like she
yeah.
was obsessed with me and what I was doing. Like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Now, were you affected by that in the workroom?
Well, no, I had no idea. No one told me that Gia's talking about me.
Okay.
I couldn't hear her from across the room. There's 12 million cameramen everywhere.
Yeah.
You're in your own lane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why when she comes up to me for that confrontation in episode 2,
Yeah.
where I see her coming out of nowhere with 3 cameramen trailing behind her, I'm like, oh, I see what this is about to be. Okay. Bring it on, bitch.
Oh my God.
So it really wasn't very hard for me to call her out on just, you know, her being opportunistic and wanting to get some airtime. I had to let her know not all of us have to be that way to get our airtime, you know?
Oop. Now, you guys had this weird back and forth because you had the confrontation and then there was like the apology.
Oh my God, what apology? That was not an apology.
Right.
We literally were told that me and Monet had 10 minutes left to talk to each other before we were gonna have to move on. And Gia Gunn comes over with 3 cameramen again. And she's like, oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but Farrah, can I talk to you? I really need to say something. And I'm like, Gia, there's so many better times you could have done this. I'm like about to go home right now.
Right.
And she wasn't trying to have a sincere apology. She was all like, oh, let me just get in there and just get in her head even more. Because her apology was, if I'm the reason that you go home tonight, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry and I didn't mean. And I'm like, you've never had to sincerely apologize to anyone for anything, have you?
Oh, wow.
Love her.
Now, she said she loved you after you were eliminated, and you said, well, you don't love me. Classic Farrah.
I said, you actually don't love me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now, where do you guys stand now? Have you guys spoken since then?
Since the show?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, totally. But, you know, we had done a gig together in Israel.
Oh, right.
And we had a day off and we went to the beach in Tel Aviv and we just like had to sit down and she was like, you know, Farrah, I didn't realize like how my actions had affected your mental health so much. I didn't realize like that me just trying to be something on TV like actually hurt you, and I'm very sorry for that. And I just respected her so much in that moment to just be very real and just like actually acknowledge her actions and how it affected me, because I mean, obviously it did shake me up a lot. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to get ready early that day in the workroom because I knew that my choreo wasn't as tight as everyone else's, and I wanted to be sure to rehearse and my look and my hair so I wouldn't get snagged or on it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be good in that episode, and having that fight that actually lasted a lot longer than what was on TV really shook me up. And like, she would not leave me alone that day. So for her to like have that integrity to come and apologize to me was everything. But fast forward to New York Press Week, where you can watch multiple videos of Gia on camera to the press saying, I was so shocked to see Farrah there because I don't think she has any talent. I don't think she's a performer.
My God.
And I feel like she's just an Instagram model, and I don't feel like she should have been casted. Like, someone way better could have been put in her place.
A mess.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
And so I text her and I'm like, Gia, you just apologized to me about everything. Why would you say that? And she's like, girl, it's just drag. It's just TV. It's just TV. And I'm like, this is not TV. We already filmed the TV, babe. This is a YouTube video.
Right. Oh boy.
So I can work with her and be cool with her, but she's not someone I ever will like, I don't know, do Sunday Fun Day with on the weekend.
Now you came back to participate in the lip sync for your life.
Yes! Mm-hmm. I thought that was such a fun thing for them to do.
I thought it was one of the best moments we've seen ever on Drag Race, that mega lip syncs.
I think they should do that for every All-Star season. That's such a good idea. But yeah, I had to get eliminated by Valentina again.
I know, my God. If it wasn't enough.
If it wasn't enough. But you know what? Like, we had to pick an order, and by the time it was my turn to pick my lipstick, there was only her, Trinity left.
Oh.
And I was still a little bit bitter about Valentina eliminating me the first time.
Sure.
And I didn't want to accidentally be responsible for sending Trinity home because she was kind of my pick to win. I was like, season 9 needs to take home the crown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it be me, Valentina, or Trinity, season 9 needs to. But if it's going to be Trinity or Valentina, Valentina. But then also I was like, the kids will live.
Uh-huh.
They're like, that's what they want to see.
Right.
They want that messiness. And so, yeah, it was actually really fun. And Valentina was so fun to lip sync with. And I actually really love her, I feel like we're in such a good place right now. And so it just made sense for us to have that little friend moment together.
Yeah.
Listen, I bet you, I can't say this for sure, but I bet you even if I did perform better than her, they weren't going to replace me with her or replace her with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just one of those moments where you have nothing to lose and just like, you just get to have fun.
Give the children what they want.
Yeah, it might be RuPaul's voice coming over the speaker, but you best believe I was whipping that hair around like Britney, Christina. Oh.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Now, overall, were you happy that you did go back to All Stars?
If you had asked me this, what month is it now? If you would have asked me this 6 months ago, I would have said, hell no, it was the worst decision of my life. However, I feel like now that I've had some time for like my little like heart to heal and like I've gotten to do so many amazing things since, I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. And I feel like there's nothing more special than when you can laugh at yourself, and I just think I'm so funny on All Stars 4.
Yeah.
So, no, it was fun. I mean, I would have loved to have gone further and shown more looks, but that's what you do your photo shoot for when you get back. And
totally.
I shot all my looks, and the kids got to see everything except the curves and swerves. But yeah, I wouldn't take it back for the world. It was fun.
And you got back on TV on VH1, and it's never going to hurt to be on Drag Race.
I mean,
again.
it'll hurt your mental health, but that's about
it.
But who cares about your mental health nowadays? Britney Spears is crazy because she walked out of court barefoot now.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit about people's feelings anymore.
Oh, my goodness. So what's on the horizon for you, sweetie? I know you talked about releasing music a while back. Is that still something you want to do?
Absolutely. So as soon as I get paid for this tour.
Right, because that's another expensive undertaking.
It is. However, I've put it off for so long because the money investment hasn't really been a priority of mine to do the music thing. However, like I've actually had this album written for 3.5, 4 years before I even went to season 9.
Wow.
But now I've like kind of revised some stuff and I'm still working on the rest. I don't know if I'll do a full album, but I do know I want to do like a little bit of an EP just because like I'm such a lyricist and I come up with so many rhymes and I feel like I just will always regret it if I don't do it. You know what I mean?
Now's your moment.
I don't feel like I want to be like a singer, but I do feel like my songs are cute and if people love them and they go big or whatever, so be it. But yeah, my first single is going to be called Sugar Daddy and it should, as soon as, this summer I'm going to be recording it, and so the rest will come after, and hopefully it'll be out. Well, actually, I'm going to try and record it before summer so it can be a summer bop. I don't know, we'll see. I'm so bad at, doing things.
Farrah, one thing you're not bad at is sitting here on the couch and making me fall in love with you more every time. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Johnny.
And you turned it so fiercely that, sweetie, you snatched the trophy, honey! Yeah!
Oh my God, it's the first time I've ever worn anything in my whole life. Thank you guys so much. I know I don't have any talent, but thank you.
And Farrah, no, because you weren't able to get the dick that you wanted on tour in Europe, sweetie, I got you double dongs, because it's time for your double lap dance. Yeah!
Double. Hi, baby. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I love you. Oh, yeah, I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to be sexy.
Yes. Now, while Farrah lives her fantasies, Lady Red, will you take us out with some Black Lady Screaming?
Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Yeah. Hey, Queen.
Yeah. All right, well, we are not finished with Farrah. She is, of course, going to stick around and play Look at Her, so you're going to want to tune into that. Thank you so much to Miss Lady Red. Beautiful as usual, my darling. Thanks to these sexy dancers, Gergie McCon and Lucas Leon. And, of course, thanks to the one and only FARRAH MOAN. And thank you, my little gay babies, and we'll see you next time on Hey Queen. Bye, baby. Get out of here, camera. Fly away, camera.
Hello, children. Click here. Click here. And subscribe. You're welcome.